Hi guys, and today I will be reviewing this Hornby Railroad locomotive. It's probably going to be the cheapest, well, one of the cheapest ones I'll review. This one is the Lner J83, or the North British Railway D class. It's quite a nice loco. It cost me £35 with free postage from Rails of Sheffield at the time of this recording, and about £45 on the Hornby website. Like I said, this is a railroad loco, and it's quite nice, so let's get into it. Here is some model information on the class. Hornby sell a ready-to-run for 00 Gen loco kits, also recently introduced to their 4mm scale kits of a J83. There is a white metal kit with etch chassis. Constance models sell a etch brass kit of the J83 for their 7mm or O gauge. First, we will look at the front of the loco. The front of the loco has a big, massive D coupling, which is moulded. It has, I believe, moulded smokestack dart and some handrails around as a hole for the bag detail, which is the pipes. It also has some rivets on the buffer beam. The buffers are metal, but not sprung. And it has that big, iconic chimney of the J83. As we move to the side of the loco, the lining is pretty basic but nice. We have the easy to read LNER writing, and then we have the bigger numbering, which is 8472 on the tanks. We also have the lining, which is black, white, and I think it's green around the cab bunker, the splashes, and the tanks, like I mentioned. We also have a boiler banding too. We have a basic white line. Most of the detail on the thing is moulded. We have some steps below the cab as well. Pipework is also moulded as well. We have, I think, separately applied safety valve and whistles by the looks of it. As we look inside the cab, there is no cab detail. There is a motor for the price. I'm not too fussed about the cab detail, and you can see through to the other side as well. As we move on to the back of the loco, we have that big D coupling again. The windows do not have glazing in. The coal load is average, it's not too bad. The coal rails are moulded as well. There's some moulded lamp irons. There's a hole for the vacuum pipe. The roof is basic, flashback to trying days by the looks of it. There's also a clip there in the centre below the buffer beam, where you take the shell off as well. As we move on to the underneath of the locomotive, we have pickups on all 6 wheels, which is good. We have a cog or gear sticking out where you can oil it, and you also oil between the wheels. That's the only places Hornby recommend you oil. This is the only detail part you get, which is the vacuum brakes or the vacuum hoses with the locomotive. Here is some information on the class. NBR D class at 060T. The NBR D class, Lner J83, was a class of 060 tank locomotive designed by Matthew Holmes for short distance freight, station pilot, and heavy shunting duties for the North British Railway. They were introduced in 1900, and they had cylinders inside and piston valves as well, operated by Stephenson's valve gear. 40 of these new D-class engines were delivered in 1900 to 1901, 20 each from the constructors of Nelson and Company and Sharp, Stewart and Company. At their grouping, they became the Lner J83. The class were highly successful in service, with only 3 failing to complete the 1 million mile mark during their lifetime. One loco, number 9830, managed to complete 2 million miles. The engines were commonly seen across the North British Railway network and were the second largest class of tank engines on the railway after the NBR A-class. Withdrawal. One locomotive was withdrawn in 1947, a year before nationalisation, but later the class were gradually displaced by the diesel shunters during the 1950s, with the last withdrawn in 1962. All members of the class were scrapped, and there is no surviving examples preserved anywhere. Here is some information on the class and statistics. Power type is steam. The builders is Nelson and Company, Sharp, Stewart and Company, both did 20 each. The built date is 1900 to 1901, and there were 40 produced. The wheel configuration is the 060. Fuel type is coal. Cylinders 2 inside. Valve gear is Stephenson's. They operated under the North British Railway, Lner and British Railway. The axle load is a route availability of 2. The location for them is North East region. They were drawn in 1947 to 1962 and all were scrapped. Here is some information on the loco I just looked at. His NBR number is 825. Its Lner 1924 number is 9825. Its Lner 1946 number is 8472. And its BR number is 68472. Its designer is Holmes. Its class is a J83. It operated under the NBR, Lner and BR. It had a rebuild on the 4th, 1901. Its wheel configuration is the 060T. Its builders is Sharp Stewart. Brakes is steam when built. It came into service during the 4th, 1901. It was withdrawn on Monday the 12th of the 2nd, 1962. Service life of 60 years, 10 months and about 12 days. The only shed code I can find for it is St. Margaret's. It did have a few modifications during its lifetime, and they all happened on the same one. So it was the 8th, 1944, and that was, it had its steam brakes fitted and Westonhouse brakes removed. Note, it was stored at Baroness in April 1962, and the locomotive was cut up on the 31st of the 8th, 1962 as well. So next it will be some points test. Let's see how it managed with that. I think it's a cheap loco. Not bad, just past the 9 o'clock. So yeah, it managed that pretty well. Medium to low speed is what it seems to like across the points. Next up will be some slow speed running on the second radius, because it will do second radius, it's that small. And then we'll find a friend for it. So here goes. Yeah, just past 9 o'clock again. Controls upside down again. Hi guys, now it's time for my opinions, but before that I'll show you what was running with it. And in the shed, if you didn't see, we had the J83 by Hornby, quite a nice loco, random stock. J13, the J94 I believe, or WD060 I think it is. That's in the Longmore Military Railway, that's both Hornby again. And that one over there is Hogwarts Castle by Hornby. And that's in the castle disguise, which is wrong. So yeah. So the J83. What can I say about it? Well, my opinion, and this is only my opinion. Yes, it stuttered over a few points and a few minute, dirty sections of the track that I missed. Believe it or not. It stuttered, but once it got warmed up and going, it had no issues at all. As you saw, we went across this double diamond here and the set of points there pretty easily, which is, you know, a good test, I believe. Yeah, it has pickups on all 6 wheels. Most of the stuff in it is moulded, and I don't know if you can see on the review, you can see through the cab area there. You got the motor there. Yeah, but I paid £35, brand new. I'm not going to complain, I'm not going to knock it down for that. That is what a Hornby Railroad loco should be, in my opinion. Something cheap, something easy, accessible to everyone on every age and price budget as well. Would I recommend it to anyone? I would actually. If you're into steam, I would, or you want a project, I would, because if you had a project, you could paint it in a different livery, whatever. You could try and make less of a gap there and put some wood flooring in. You could learn how to maintain locos. It clips on and off. There's 2 clips at the front and 1 at the back near the bunker. So yeah, for £35 you can't grumble. I wish Hornby would do more locos at this price. Granted, that was £35 was from Rosa Sheffield or Hattons. Hornby have it up currently at the time of me saying this, £45, which still isn't too bad. Still pretty cheap. So yeah, that is my opinion on it. As you know, I like my LNR locos. So yeah. Anyway, guys, sorry about me rambling on there at the end. I just thought I'd give my opinion. So until next time, guys, it's goodbye from these beauties, and it's goodbye from me. Bye.